Secret Safe with me.
With your favorite besties, Tanisha.
In India.
All right. Into another episode. Here we go. Go ahead.
In our jar of
Do the
goodies. My goodness. My goodness.
My goodies. Nah, my goodies.
Okay. Fave song currently.
Oh.
What is your fave song currently? Ooh, I actually know mine.
Go ahead.
So right now, my favorite song is it's a girl group named Flo.
Okay.
They're a British, I think, or UK group.
Not Floetry. You're not talking
Not
about
Floetry.
Floetry. You're talking, okay.
It's called Flo.
I've heard of Flo.
It's 3 black girls from the UK, and I think the song. Well, I'm kind of in between songs. They just got a new album, but it's Caught Up in AAA. It's a girl group, I'm like here for it, here for a good girls group.
It's like Destiny's Child girls.
Destiny's Child.
There's not
I
really
love
that
Danity
many
Kane.
there's not many girls groups these days.
It's not, and I was a big fan of girl groups. I love Danity Kane, Destiny's Child, Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters.
What was another girl group? I don't know, but I even liked Kelly Rowland's girl group.
Oh yeah,
we did this a song to them. Or we
in
danced
Miami.
to a song in Miami. I made a dance. What were they called? What were they supposed
they
to
didn't last long.
They did not. They did not. It's not their era anymore for groups, and it's sad because I really liked them.
Yeah.
I can't think of the names. That's crazy.
That's okay. It'll come to you when you're not
Right.
thinking about it.
But yeah, that group and their 2 songs, I've been playing it a lot lately.
Oh, okay. I'm hearing stuff, but anyway. Okay, so I have 3. And the only reason
1. I'm playing. Go ahead.
I have 3 I'm going to share because they stay on repeat.
Oh, okay.
One of them, I don't even know if this is how you pronounce her name, but I think it's pronounced Aquila. It's like Aqyila.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she has a song called Bloom.
I love that song.
I love that song. I play
Oh
it
my God.
every time in the car.
No, I had that on repeat for a long time when I would go
love
to the
that
gym
song.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I had for my anniversary last year when I had posted it on Instagram. I used that song.
Yeah, no, I know exactly
I love
what
that
you're
song.
talking about.
And I've listened to even some more of her stuff, and I think that's the only one that really hits for
Yeah,
me.
I haven't listened to other ones. Yeah, that one hits. It's
that
on
one hits.
repeat. Yep. That's a good
Kendrick
one.
Lamar, his album is really good. And so the one that really stands out for me is the Tupac hit, Reincarnated.
I want to say,
Reincarnated.
that's
I
a good
really
one.
like that one.
Yeah.
I just like how he's talking in that and what he's saying.
Same.
And then the other one is by this artist, Madison. I think she's a Christian artist. Madison. Is it Madison Ray? It's Madison something. But I really like her song.
She has some controversy.
Does she?
I won't say it on the podcast though.
Really? Oh, I don't know anything else about her other than I like her album, but I mainly I heard this song when somebody was getting engaged actually, and this song was playing. One of her songs, New Thing.
I don't think I know that one.
Okay. Anyway, those are the 3 songs that are actually.
But I had
repeat
just
currently.
started hearing about her more lately.
And it was because there was controversy around her.
No, actually, she was going on tour, and that's when I was like, oh, who's this? Because, I like to hear about new Christian artists and stuff, even though, because I'm a very old school Christian music girly. I still play my playlist, and it's Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, like the OG Christians. So every now and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's a new Christian artist. Let me dabble into what they singing about. But I think she had controversy about Trump and Kamala, that whole situation. I think if I'm thinking about the right person. But another one that you need to listen to is Leon.
Oh, Leon?
Yeah.
You're not talking about a Christian artist now, right?
I'm just talking about artists.
Leon.
Yeah, he got
from
a
Victorious.
new album. Mm-hmm. Have you heard his new album?
I haven't, but I was just watching an interview that he did on The Breakfast Club. And I like him. And I do like some of his songs that I've heard.
Yeah.
But, I know he's getting a lot of recognition from SZA's album.
Really good.
And just being a good producer and writer and stuff like that. But no, I love his voice. I haven't listened to his album, though, but since you brought it up, I'll have to take a listen to it. But anyway,
okay, that's a good one.
That's good.
We gave several songs, but
I know I gave my 3, but those really be the ones on.
But those
top.
are really those are some good ones for sure.
Okay, all right. So today the topic is what, India?
Are you a girl's girl?
Are you a girl's girl? We're using
a girl's girl.
Some new terms. I would have never known a girl's girl, but
we used to call it girl code.
Yeah, I guess it's the same thing.
I think it's essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
At first we wasn't really sure what a girl's girl was.
Right.
Not to even be annoying, but I was like, what's a girl's girl? Am I a girl's girl? Because
India says she's not a girl's girl.
I am. But I didn't know for sure. I was like, because if a girl's girl is just being that loyal to where you're just allowed anything, I was like, I don't think I'm a girl's girl if that's the case.
Okay. Well, first we'll define what they say, and they as in the internet, and I guess what
are the new kids on the block saying what a girl's girl is? What the new kids on the block
are saying what a girl's girl is. Because we had to look it up for real.
Because I really was unsure.
Yes, I get the general concept, but it's but what all falls underneath that umbrella of girl's girl?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it says that being a girl's girl generally refers to a woman who values, support, and nurtures strong friendship with other women. It can imply a deep sense of solidarity and loyalty to women, often showing respect for and empowerment of other women rather than competing or undermining them. A girl's girl is often seen as someone who celebrates women's successes, listens to and supports them emotionally, and creates a positive environment for women to thrive together. Okay, well, with that being said, then I would like to think that I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah, that sounds like basic friendship 101.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
To me, that's what it really come down to is
being a friend.
Yeah, just being a good friend. Is you a good friend? It's really what it is in my eyes,
No, for real.
And I think why India may have said, well, I don't know if I'm a girl's girl.
It's a new age.
Yes, and I could feel that though when you're like, well, I don't know, am I? Because kind of like what we kind of talked about off air, but it was kind of like, does anything go? Because if anything go, then no, I'm not a girl's girl, But I feel like what I was saying was I feel like with this also just being a very new term, this is probably in the new Urban Dictionary. Probably they've added this to the Urban Dictionary, but I don't think this was ever a true term. We never called it this, but I just think that people will say anything to fit their own narrative. And I think we see a lot of situations in the media or in society where people are quick to say, you're not being a girl's girl. Yeah. You're not being a girl's girl. And I can't think of an instance where I don't know, looking at those instances where I've heard that, I'm not sure if I can really say were they being a girl's girl or were they not, because I can't remember the actual situation. But I just also feel though, even if that was true for whatever the situation may have been, I also feel like it's very easy to just use that as an excuse to fit your narrative because you didn't like what was going on in the first place, So maybe we should talk about what is not being a good friend? What is not being a girl's girl in your eyes?
What's breaking girl code?
What's breaking girl code?
Well, I think some are just very blatant and obvious, trying to stealing somebody's man. What else? Yeah. Talking to someone's ex. Mm-hmm. I think that's a big one that would go around. Yeah, in our time. You're talking to my ex,
and you know what? In a different world, LA is a different world. They talk to everybody being.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking. Think about
that's their normal.
That's their normal. Mm-hmm. So to them, that's probably in our world. That's you're not being a girl.
Yeah,
girl.
It's enough men.
But in LA, it's not even about to them. That's not being a girl's girl. That's just oh well, I don't have them, so now you can have them. I feel like that's, that it's a cultural difference in that sense.
But even then, even if that is like the cultural thing, you still need to come to me, let me know. Because even doing it behind, and it's giving a little shiesty.
Exactly, I agree. But I'm just talking in terms of the girly girls out in LA.
I know there's some people out there that definitely is like, oh, I'm not with him, you can have them, but then be mad.
Exactly. And you know what? This is crazy because I had just saw a clip. It's obviously an old clip because the reel isn't around anymore, right?
The what?
The reel where it was like Tamar, Tamara, Lonnie. Remember
the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes, you're right. The talk show.
The talk show.
Adrian,
yes.
and
so Adrian and Tamar were going at it.
I think I remember this. Go ahead.
Saw this clip. I recently saw this clip where Adrian was talking about like, oh yeah, she I guess had dated some guy, and I guess a girl that she became good friends with was ended up dating that guy.
Yes,
and Tamar, I guess Tamar, like
and she
us,
said that she was like, oh, I don't see them. Like Adrian was like, oh, I don't see them. I'm like, that's your friend though. How would you not see it?
Right. And Tamar was like, that would never pass. And Adrian was like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
She said, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, exactly. She was very strong about that.
Yeah, so I guess, depending on where you lean.
It really depends on the person.
It depends on the person. I think it depends.
And that's where you have to say, okay, are you not a girl's girl because you mad about it?
Right.
Because I'm mad about it. Right. I don't think that's cool. But I guess, no, I feel like the majority would say that's just not cool.
I agree. I
think it would be the other way around. If the person who was talking to the said ex, they would be the person that's not the girl's girl.
Right.
I would think so.
Yeah. But definitely take somebody man and,
take somebody man.
And being proud of it too. Like that's really off. Like it be them women that really ain't girls that be like, they're like okay with it and they're proud about it. Like, took him from you. Took your man. It's like, that's so ugly.
What?
That's evil. That's so ugly. Nothing is cute about that.
Yeah.
It's
not a good look.
It's not a good look. And you don't look like at that point, like, no, I wouldn't even want you as a friend.
Yeah, we too.
You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm looking at you.
Because people. There's people out there like that. When you're young and naive, there's people out. It's still not good, but you can see someone being more young-minded doing stuff like that.
Exactly. But it'd be grown.
Grown.
Big and grown. Doing crazy stuff like that. But
what's another one?
So you said that. I think not being a girl's girl is not sticking up for your girl.
Yeah.
In a sense that like okay, if I got beef with you, and there's somebody that's talking ugly about you, I'm not gonna willingly participate in the conversation. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Even if I got beef with you, like for me, it's like this. Like if we're really close friends, and there's someone else that doesn't care for you, type of thing. Like them talking about you is one thing, but me talking about you with them, knowing that they don't like you, and even if I got my beef with you, that beef is still between me and you. Yeah. That don't leave and just be everybody. Like, okay. This is really like a free talk for the most part.
Was there anything else that was not a girl's girl? That's just obvious. Yeah. Oh, I have one more because you said that one. Mine would be just like not showing up for your friend. Yeah. And it's not even like, oh, you got to show up every single time because we're adults now. That's even a whole nother subject of like showing up. But, showing up on like just even with the text, a call, in person, or I can't make it, here's flowers, or I can't make it, here's a gift, at least, I think showing up as a friend is, if you don't show up, you're not a girl's girl.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree because I think that's what you were just saying without going too deep into it about like the fact like when you get older, things do just change because you just gotten older, and so
more responsibilities, more priorities that are not aligned with just my friendships, my girlfriends type of thing, and so that's completely understandable. But I just saw something like about that too, where people are like, oh, this person is completely cut off because how is it that you are never showing up for me, like, and I'm always showing up for you, type of thing. And so I just saw a video on that, and it's like, I guess it is situational. However, overall, like
there ain't no way you never showing up for your so-called friend.
Apparently, folks do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Also,
or you secretly don't like them,
right? Or and then at that point, no.
Just go ahead and tell them that I don't want to be friends no more.
Yeah, we can't be friends. But there be them friends that just want to stay around just to be nosy. Which is why they want to keep clinging on to the friendship, just to be nosy, and that's crazy to me. That's absurdity. It's like, really, you that nosy?
Ain't nothing going on in my life that much,
right?
Be that nosy.
And anytime I would ever feel, and thankfully I don't have any relationships where I feel like this, but anytime if I was to ever feel like, okay, now I got to be wary of like what I'm saying around you, then like, we just don't need to be friends. Yeah. And it will really have to just be a cordial, like, hey, girl, how you doing? Type of thing, and keep it at that. Because now I'm peeping. You moving a little shiesty.
Funny.
You moving a little shiesty. You trying to get too much information. It's like, girl, what? So, but yeah, people, girl, man, guys can be, a mess, but girls, something about a girl's spirit. The girls don't be kind. They really don't, and it's sad because I see it a lot. I see it a lot, and it really does make me sad. Not around you personally, but just like things that you see on social media and stuff like that. And it's like, dang, that really
even sucks. Being like, I'm a Bravo watcher. Even watching the Housewives.
You said you're a what?
Bravo.
Oh, Bravo.
Watcher. You watch the Housewives. Yes. And like, even the stuff that they do on there, it's like they come on the show as friends. But when they on that show, they's not friends. The way they be acting, the moves they be doing, the stuff they be saying.
Girl, I couldn't do no reality show because that's their whole. That's their whole.
That's
MO.
What the producers evoke.
Yeah, that's their whole MO, and it's just like, I don't want my character to be tarnished behind something that I'm just trying to make money off of. And it ain't even that real. Right, and it's not even that real.
And it's shown, presented to the world as real.
Right, and it's all a plot.
And people really think that you're like that. But
exactly. When your persona is something completely different. Like, I'm not tarnishing my character and like who I truly am for a TV show that's painting me in a negative light.
And this is a little off topic, but I watched a Jerry Springer documentary.
Stop.
And they were saying how like Jerry Springer was like a newscast person. He really wanted to be in politics, and they gave him like a talk show, but it was so boring. Oh. So they were like, we got to up the ante, we got to get up there with Oprah and her ratings and viewings.
So this is how they got the Jerry Springer show?
That's how Jerry Springer show became how it was outrageous, because it got the viewings up. All the fighting and all the drama and all that stuff. And then the producers, they would, they scout people to tell their story, and they're like, yeah, if you tell your story, you will help somebody, or you can resolve your issues on the show. But then once they get there, they're just telling them like, okay, but you got to tell them how they didn't do this for you and that for you, just, provoking like certain emotions, and then put them on the stage, and then they be ready to be fighting. And I feel like that's what they do with reality TV too.
Yeah, they do. And it just makes it all look bad. But that's how they be getting paid though, because people be reeling into that. For real. It's like, oh my gosh, did you see? Did you see what so-and-so did? And oh my goodness, all that stuff. Like even Insecure, the show Insecure, I'm sure, there are a lot of fields about like Molly and Issa's relationship. And like, I'm sure that's a topic of discussion when it talks about being a girl's girl, and like who was wrong and, all this other
Molly
kind of
was
stuff.
wrong.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Who you think was wrong?
Molly was wrong.
I think there's a lot of,
love them though.
I know. They got back on good terms.
Yeah, they got back on good terms. They fell off because Molly always felt like she was helping Issa, basically. And then Issa was trying to level up with her on the block event, but they were a little shaky. And Molly's boyfriend at the time worked for like some like concert.
That helped Issa.
That helped Issa because she needed an artist, because her artist bailed out. And Molly was like, no, I don't want to help you, basically.
Right, that's right.
So
That wasn't girls.
Issa went through her boo Nathan, which was friends with Molly's man, and then when she found out, she got mad in her face at her event.
Yeah, at her event too.
See, Molly was wrong. If you feel like you feel helping your friend too much and not getting something back from it, then you need to go ahead and voice that.
Right.
And then state your expectations. Y'all talk it out, figure it out. But that's like, why would you not want to help your friend? And she was like, Issa was really going through it. Like, she can only help you with laughs at that time in her life. Accept the laughs.
This is all I have to offer. Please accept.
Like, come on. Your friends are always not going to be at the same, point. You still got to be there and be a friend.
Right, right. I'm glad they worked it out, though.
They worked it out.
I wish Insecure didn't end.
I love that show. I'll be just watching that show randomly.
Yeah. And I think that was a show that was good for, like, men and women, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It really was. Because I think even Lincoln was tuned in.
Yeah, I like the fact that Issa cheated. Like, I like the fact that it wasn't a man cheating.
Okay.
And she's taking him back. I like that it was that she cheated and he took her back.
You know what? Touching on that, though. Because this might be off topic.
Even though I don't promote cheating.
Right.
Obviously.
And that's why I was like, huh? But then when you said instead
just the narrative.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you mean. Because, it's usually the other way around type of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like women aren't expected to take men back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But let a woman.
And they don't show it enough, the men taking the women back.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy is I think I've even had a back and forth debate with Lincoln about that. Because he was like talking about, Issa's a whore because she's... He was so mad that Issa cheated on that good man. I think
you remember. I remember you telling me that.
Yes, girl. He was so mad about it. Like, no, he shouldn't take her back.
Oh, they'd be so mad. They'd be so mad.
So hurt. And I'm just like, people do mess up. And like, I'm not saying cheating is right. Don't get me wrong. But,
correct.
But, you know, how often is it that you would ride for your boy and tell his girl that he cheated on, like, no, he really loved you though. It was just an accident. It was just a mistake. So why can't it be a mistake for the woman to, and why is she not deserving of forgiveness too? If you riding so hard for a guy your homeboy, to do the same thing. It's just, it's that double standard I don't like.
That's why I said what I said.
It's that double standard that I don't like. I don't like that, not a bit. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
What else?
I actually don't have nothing else.
Because we was talking about poly.
We're talking about what?
Wait, no, I thought we had another question.
Do you think the concept of being a girl's girl has different meanings across different age groups or generation? And I think we kind of like touched on that.
I think we went for just like the younger and ourselves, because when we used to call it girl code. Mm-hmm. Now they're calling, now they're calling it girl's girl. But like, even for like, say our mamas, like they so old, like they just be minding each other, they business.
They be minding their business. Well, you know? I mean, that's how it should be though, to be honest.
Like they at that age where they just be minding their business.
No,
I can think of.
I mean, yeah, but I think the term is definitely something that is different across generations and cultures. However, I think the concept, honestly, I don't think the concept really changes, because your values and what you are true to should stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think
get better, if anything.
If anything, just get better. You know, if you're not a girl's girl, if you're not a person, a woman of like true, valuing friendships and wanting to be the best and for a friend in whatever way that may look like, and vice versa. And so honestly, I don't think the concept itself changes. Oh, I'd be out. I'm sorry. I don't think, I mean, and this might be different for other people, but in my mind, it shouldn't change. Like how I feel today, I would like to think I would do the same thing, and if not better, at least like we just said, when I'm older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think sometimes it's just sometimes people have just gotten hurt in a friendship, so they kind of don't know what it's like to be a good girlfriend, and sometimes they just react out of trauma. Some women out there, like,
that's true.
Some of the women who are like, oh, I can't hang out with girls, or guy friends are more my thing.
Oh, yes.
I think those women sometimes don't know how to be a girl's girl just because
That's a good one.
of many of it could be many reasons why, but those type of women, I feel like they may have a hard time being a girl's girl just because they may have not experienced a good girlfriendship or group. Because people act like that too. Like on TikTok, I used to see people talking about them girl groups. You gotta watch out from them girl groups. Some girl groups. So I'm like, what's wrong with the girl groups? I had a girl group.
Yes, but our girl group is different than
it was different than some. And then that's what I realized too. Everybody ain't the same.
Exactly. Everybody don't ride the same. You know, we don't ride the same.
And we had issues too, but it ain't nothing like that I done seen.
Oh my God.
We made it out of Miami, okay?
We made
all
it.
Friends.
We did. Yeah, no, but you're right, because that whole thing of like, when girls say like, oh yeah, I only hang out with guys, and it's just like, what's wrong with you? That'd be my thought. It's like, no, something's got to be wrong with you, because how is it that you don't like, even when people be like, I don't have any friends, like that'd be my thought. Like, and I'm not even trying to be like ugly or judgmental about it, but that's what crosses my mind. It's like, okay, you don't have no girlfriends. Yeah. You can't keep no friends.
I'd be sad.
I'd be sad for you, because now I'm thinking, what's
some type of community,
right? And if you ain't got no community, then I'm thinking the common denominator is you. Like, so
I think sometimes it could actually be the person. Sometimes it may not. For sure, it's like we said, circumstances.
Yeah, but like,
hey, do you know anybody that is like that?
That is like what I'm describing, like what I'm saying. Well, I have come across a couple of people where they're like, yeah, I don't have any friends, but like they even say that, and that's not really true. And it's just
that be getting me too. People, I ain't got no friends, but they got friends.
Right, that I don't have any friends, and it's like, and so then I'm like I said, I'm thinking like, okay, something wrong with you. But then I see you got friends. They just might not be like around you all the time. And it's like, okay, so then what do you consider a friend? So I'm still looking at you, have to figure out, what do you consider? What do you mean? Yeah. Right? What do you mean? Yeah. You know, because I don't know.
Some people just like isolation. Some people. Yeah. They just like to be isolated. Sometimes that's just the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
They know themselves, or they get irritated by people quickly.
And I think that's important, though, to know yourself. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very important to know yourself. I don't necessarily agree with, always being in isolation, because no one really thrives there, being isolated. But
I think you need community for sure.
You definitely need community. But for people that know themselves, I think that's important. You're not in denial about it. You know it. But then that's where you need to grow and do better, because you don't get anywhere with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't get nowhere with that. And so, yeah, I see it all the time.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know anyone personally to kind of pick their brain. Like, I would like to pick someone's brain that is like that, just to kind of see, because all I can really go off is an assumption.
Right.
What I think, my opinion.
Well, I can't even use her, because still she's like, there's one person that I'm thinking of where she always makes the comment like, yeah, I don't have no friends. I don't have no friends. But then she'll talk about like,
I'm going to see my friend.
Like a friend interaction. And I'm like, well, girl, I thought you did. I thought you said. So I was about to try to say like, oh yeah, well, there's this one person. But again, it's somebody that says they ain't got no friends, but they got somebody. Like, even if you don't have multiple friends, like if you even got like one solid friend, you got somebody, I don't know.
And I see people say that, oh, they yearn for that. And I think that's normal. I think that would be okay to yearn to have like a friend group.
Right. That's why they got that.
Because it's hard to hang out with individuals. Like each friend individually, that's fun. That's a lot of money. A lot of people to keep up with.
That's true.
So like having them like, oh, we can meet up in group settings.
I was about to say that's why they got Bumble. But there's some people that I mean, we've seen stuff like this though, where groups have worked well for us. Yeah. We've never had an issue with that. But it is a different situation where like your tolerance for one person may not be the tolerance of everybody else in the group for that same person.
For sure.
And so
for sure,
it is like, okay, no, I can't have this group of girls around, like, because, you know, y'all don't know the relationship that I have with this person. And so like, no, I know.
Sure.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, we make it work, but it's like
everyone else may not be willing to make it work to be friends with that person.
Right. And so groups don't always work for everybody. Like sometimes that individual is what you do need for some people.
Yeah, for some people, yes, correct.
Because it's too much, you know, for too many people, especially especially women, when we all, you know, we can have our little attitudes and we can have, you know, our opinions and stuff like that and all sort of kind of stuff. But yeah, I know I've been in a room, like for me overall, I would say, like, I could talk to anybody. I'm I would like to think I'm very welcoming, kind. I don't go into a room. Like, I would never walk into a room and just think I'm just better than. I'm above you and, like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's
and I went to, it's not. And I've been in, actually, I was in a situation like this recently. And I think I might have told you this. Did I tell you? And it was a baby shower. And it was a baby shower for somebody. It was a baby shower for a guy friend and his wife. And I didn't know his wife, but I knew him, obviously. And he invited me, so I went to go support. And I only knew one person there outside of the dad himself. And I didn't even think I was going to see anybody I knew there. But nonetheless, I go in there and I'm, you know, doing my thing, whatever. Like, again, since I don't know anybody, then you got to kind of just, you know, mingle.
Yeah, mingle,
you know, whatever. And it wasn't even like I was trying to insert. That's one thing I won't do. I'm not just going to insert myself somewhere.
Hey, guys, what y'all talking about?
What are you up to type of thing. But the looks that I was getting from some girls, it was just like, what are you doing here? Like, it was just ugly. It was so ugly. Man. And I was just like, why do girls do that? Because that is a girl's thing. It really is a girl's thing where they will
be like, who's that?
Yeah.
And it will show like, all on their face.
All on their face.
Like, you could really be wondering who is that? But why you gotta have a stank face with it?
Be ugly looking like that? And it was just like, and I just, since I didn't know them, I'm passing by and I just, you know, do a quick smile. I don't get nothing in return. It's just like,
but yeah, you smiling it and they not even smiling back.
It's just
at least like, you looked.
Yeah,
like, I didn't even want to look. I was like,
well, I was just passing a group of girls, and it was like, that's, you know, it's kind of awkward when you passing people, and like it's inevitable that you have to kind of look, and so it was just like a pleasant look, like smile and move on about my business. It was like 3 or 4 of them in the corner, and I was just like, okay, well, let me go back to where I was. Anyway, and I was sitting with a couple girls that were very kind. Yeah, they were nice, and we chit chatted and stuff. And so it was fine. But them other girls, I was like, for what? And that's very not girls girl.
It's not girls girl.
Just to be huddled up and be talking crazy, and you don't even, and maybe they weren't talking crazy. Maybe that's their face. I don't know. But for y'all all to be having the same face is crazy. That's crazy, you know? And so I don't know. I think that's just, girls can definitely be very nasty and ugly and all that good stuff.
You just got to check yourself.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking as a mother now, too, of a daughter, that's what really kind of concerns me and worries me. It's because I know girls can be nasty.
Yeah.
And then little girls, too.
You got to make sure that she doesn't be nasty.
Yeah, I want to make sure my daughter's not nasty, but you can't ever really truly protect your kids from ugly mean girls.
Yeah,
you
I was bullied.
And so it's just, it makes me sad.
It happens.
So I'm just like, I just hope my baby doesn't go through that.
Just do the best that you can.
Yeah, just do the best I can. It's just like, you know, I was looking at some video on TikTok about this woman who said that her daughter just encountered her first like friendship heartbreak, where it was like everybody in the class got an invite to this girl's party, and she specifically left out that little girl, and she was just like, Mommy, why didn't she invite me? And that's sad, you know? So as a mom, that just like breaks my heart. So I'm like, I know how girls can be. They can be just so ugly and just, you know, doing things because of jealousy or because of, you know, just following a crowd, because one girl says they don't like that other little girl. And so now they got their own little cult going on. And so now everybody is like, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And with kids being so impressionable and just wanting to fit in and be, that's hard. That's truly hard, because that you start dealing with, negative thoughts early on because you're not being accepted. And that's something that you can't always protect your child from, but you just do what you can and do your best to, make your child feel loved and let them know, like, your value doesn't lie in around the people that, are trying to include you or not, type of thing. And so anyway, when we cross that bridge, we will cross that bridge. But, anyway, I didn't mean to go down that road.
Just check your face.
Yes, just check your face. It's just not nice. Who raised you? But a lot of those girls just have kind of what you mentioned earlier, not on the same topic necessarily, but some girls just endure like a lot of hurt, and so it comes across very ugly in general type of thing. Yeah. And so
you never really know.
You never really know. Exactly. But yeah.
But I'm a big smiler. I'm always smiling. So hopefully no one has felt that towards me. If you
have, I'm sorry if I've ever made you feel.
Check me, boo.
No, exactly. Because I've never intentionally ever tried to make anybody feel any type of way. And so if I have ever offended you, I apologize. Maybe it just wasn't my best day. But I promise it was not. I promise it was not to offend you and to be ugly towards you, because I just don't operate like that. I just think it's unnecessary. I just don't even. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going in circles with the same idea.
Let's go ahead and end this and close this.
Let's close this one out. Anyway, are you a girl's girl? What makes you a girl's girl?
And what's some girl's girl no-nos?
Exactly, that we didn't mention.
That we failed to mention.
I'm sure there are plenty more that we did not mention. But anyway, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for tuning in with us. We will see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.